One of the first hurdles you'll hit when you start developing software is that of managing data. The ability to create, read, update, and delete data is certainly a configuration challenge and one of the barriers that you need to get through as you start developing software. So I wanted to go ahead and show you a database that is actually pretty friendly and pretty easy to use within the Node.js environment. I'm here at NPM where you can pick up packages for Node, and I am showing you here in this screen the SQLite 3 package, which is a pretty lightweight small database that for many practical purposes will serve you just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and copy here the command npm install SQLite 3, and I'm going to install it within my machine. I'm going to do it globally. So as you can see there, I have npm install -g for global and then SQLite 3. And while this runs, I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about this database. It's portable. It will be written, the file will be written directly into your application. And once you create it, you can distribute it, you can append it, you can use it just like any other database. So now that we've gone ahead and installed it, let's go ahead and write some code. You can write, the code that you write will be very much the same code that you would write for any SQL, structured query language database that you might use. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. The very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to require that package, right, the SQLite. Then we're going to create our database. In this case, we're going to call it students.db. We're then going to communicate a set of commands into this database that we've just created. The very first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a table called students with one field called name. We're then going to insert information into that table, and we're going to insert a couple of people, Peter Parker and Bruce Wayne, as you can see. We're then going to read that information back from that table and write it out to the console. As you can see there, there's a SQL command where we select star everything from students and then write to the console. We close, and we close the connection to the database. So just to recap, we're creating a database, creating a table, writing some values, and then we read all of that information back and write it to the console. So let's go ahead then and go to our console, and let me switch to the place where I have that code. Let's just confirm it. Yes, ec.js. Let me show you that in the graphical environment. You can see there that I have 3 files. And one of the other things, as I mentioned, is when this code runs, it's actually going to create a database that will be placed locally. So when this runs, if this executes, you should be able to see that database file. And we should also see that data being written back to the console. So let's go ahead and run our code, node and easy. And yes, you can see there, we've created the table and we've read that information back. And now if we list our files, you can see that we have student.db. And if we look at our graphical environment, you can see there that we do have that new file. So you can use this like any other database. It's pretty friendly, and as I mentioned at the beginning, it addresses many practical situations. So give it a try, enjoy, I think you'll like it.